first days. A couple of initiatives we had. Acid-free bits was one, and another, the PAD initiative. I don't need to recapitulate here the work of its many brilliant and highly experienced partisans. But I hope you'll allow me to say a few general words about archiving itself by way of introducing this panel's topic, and then my colleagues will then extend and deepen that subject in their presentations. My work in this field is single and simple. It's a project called We Descend, which is an archive of writings gathered and transmitted over the span of many generations, rendered into hypertext form by its current curator, Bill Bly, who has been at this for 35 years, that is to say, half his life. The form that this takes is that of the old-fashioned literary hypertext novel, in the mode of such classic works as Afternoon, Victory Garden, Uncle Buddy's Phantom Funhouse, Marble Springs, and Patchwork Girl, which is when I started mine about the same time those works were started. Now, like three of these exemplars, We Descend was first begun in the iconic hypertext authoring environment called StorySpace, which was then it was updated in a program called Tinderbox, the son of StorySpace, and at last finally ported through a series of other failed hypertext or digital realms into finally just plain old HTML and CSS, which, as it turns out, still works. But in each step of going through these various software instantiations involved a sacrifice of considerable functionality just in order to keep the work readable, at least for a little while longer. The archive format multiplies and complexifies the conundrum of preservation by hanging on to things that were disappearing and then putting them into a kind of zoo with a ground plan, finger posts, and other apparatus to facilitate getting in, getting out, and traffic flow, as well as providing various viewing platforms from which to look at the artifacts in an archive and from which to appreciate the charms and delights of particular work. Now, every one of these affordances entails the deployment of some kind of technology. And it is the nature of tech to evolve and transform. And every time this happens, something supported by the elder tech dies. Re-animation, which my friends will talk about, if attempted at all, is never simple, is always risky, and often involves violence which can be fatal to the enterprise. And need we mention, it uses technology, which is ever susceptible to change and decay. That is to say, flowing downhill. And now I can give